One of the most iconic Porsches ever made has an 8% chance of destroying its own engine without a single second of warning. And the terrifying part? Most buyers have no idea it's happening until they're standing next to a $25,000 repair bill for a car that's barely worth $30,000. Today, we are stripping away the prestige and looking at the cold, hard engineering. We're breaking down the 3 worst and 4 best Porsches you can own. We're going to show you exactly where your money is safe and exactly where it goes to die. Because in the world of Stuttgart, a deal is usually just an expensive problem wearing a world-class badge. Starting with our number 3 worst, the first-generation Porsche Cayenne, specifically those built from 2003 to 2006. On paper, this looks like the bargain of the century. You'll see these listed on the used market for $8,000 to $15,000 all day long, a Porsche-engineered SUV with a V8 for the price of a used Honda Civic. It sounds like a steal. And that is the trap. The 955 was Porsche's first attempt at an SUV, and while it saved the company financially, the owners are still paying for the growing pains. Let's talk about the coolant pipes. In the V8 models, the S, GTS, and Turbo, Porsche used plastic coolant lines buried deep in the V of the engine. Plastic, in one of the hottest spots of the engine bay. Over time, these pipes become brittle and crack. If you're lucky, you catch the leak and spend $1,500 to $2,500 on an aluminum upgrade. If you're unlucky, they burst at highway speeds, the engine overheats instantly, and you're looking at over $10,000 in cascading damage. But it gets worse. The 4.5-liter V8 is notorious for bore scoring. This is when the cylinder walls develop deep grooves that destroy compression and make the engine eat oil. To fix it, you need a full engine rebuild, which runs between $15,000 and $20,000. On a car worth $12,000, that makes it a total loss. Throw in failing air suspension at $2,000 per corner, a drive shaft bearing that goes every 60,000 miles, and electronic gremlins in the Kessie entry system, and you realize you aren't saving money, you're just spreading out the pain of a $40,000 car. Now, for number 2, this one might hurt some feelings, but we have to talk about the 2020 to 2022 Porsche Taycan. Don't get it twisted, the Taycan is a phenomenal machine to drive. The handling is pure Porsche, and the acceleration is violent. The problem isn't the drive, it's the math. A 2020 Taycan Turbo had an original sticker price of around $151,000. Today, you can find low-mileage examples for under $80,000. Some Turbo S models have lost over $100,000 in value in just a few years. According to IC Cars, the Taycan loses about 59.1% of its value over 5 years. Compare that to a 911 from the same year, which only loses about 28.5%. Why the free fall? Because in the EV world, tech is king. The 2025 refresh gave the Taycan a 105 kilowatt-hour battery and 320 kilowatt charging speeds. That update made every 2020 to 2022 model feel like a legacy device overnight. It's like owning the original iPhone when the iPhone 15 just dropped. And here's the kicker. If something goes wrong with that 800-volt system out of warranty, you are handcuffed to the dealer. Most independent shops don't have the high-voltage certifications or the $10,000 PIWIS diagnostic tools to touch it. That means you're paying $250 to $350 an hour in labor. If you're buying one used today at $60,000, it might be a smart move, but the original owners took a 6-figure hit that nobody warned them about. And now, the number 1 worst Porsche to own if you value your bank account. The Porsche 911 Type 996, produced from 1999 to 2004, specifically the non-turbo, non-GT3 models. This is the car that nearly ended the 911's reputation for being bulletproof. It all comes down to 3 letters, IMS, the intermediate shaft bearing. In the M96 engine, Porsche used a sealed ball bearing that was packed with grease at the factory and supposed to last the life of the car, but the seals fail, Engine oil washes out the grease, and without pressurized lubrication, the bearing disintegrates. When it fails, the camshaft timing is lost, and your pistons slam into your valves at 5,000 RPM. It is instant, catastrophic engine death. Data from the Eisen class action lawsuit showed an 8% failure rate for the single-row bearing used from 2000 to 2025. A replacement engine costs between $15,000 and $25,000. Yes, there are fixes. Companies like Ellen Engineering make retrofit kits for $2,000 to $4,000 that can save the engine, but you have to be proactive. Combine the IMS risk with bore scoring, rear main seal leaks, and the polarizing fried egg headlights that tanked its resale value, and the 916 becomes the ultimate gamble Porsche. But here's the thing about Porsche. When they realize they've made a mistake, they over-engineer the solution. They don't just fix problems, they bury them. The next 4 models are proof that Porsche still builds some of the most reliable performance cars on the planet. Coming in at number 4 best, the Porsche Macan, 2019 and newer. If you want a Porsche you can daily drive for 150,000 miles without losing sleep, this is it. The early Macans, 2015 to 2018, were a bit of a mess. Transfer case failures were so common that Porsche had to extend the warranty to 7 years. But by 2019, they had ironed out the gremlins. The 2019 Plus models have refined powertrains and updated infotainment that actually works. RepairPal lists the average annual maintenance at $1,265. For a luxury European SUV with a PDK dual-clutch transmission, that is incredibly reasonable. The Macan doesn't have the investment hype of a 911, but as a tool for living, it is one of the best value-for-money propositions in the lineup. Number 3 best, the Porsche Boxster and Cayman 981, built from 2012 to 2016. Remember that IMS bearing we talked about? The ticking bomb in the 996? In the 981, it's gone. Not just redesigned, physically removed from the engine architecture. The 981 uses the 9A1 engine, a clean sheet design that uses a completely different timing drive. It is physically impossible for a 981 to suffer an IMS failure. But that's not why enthusiasts love it. This is the last generation of the naturally aspirated flat 6 in the junior Porsches. The sound of that 3.4-liter S engine or the 3.8-liter in the GT4 is something a newer turbocharged 718 simply can't match. These cars are legendary for their reliability. It's common to see 981s with 100,000 miles that have seen nothing but oil changes and brake pads. And if you can afford a Cayman GT4, buy it. They aren't just holding value, they're actually gaining it. It's one of the few cars you can drive hard on a Saturday and sell for a profit on Sunday. Number 2 best, the Porsche 911 Type 991, built from 2012 to 2019. This is the generation where Porsche essentially perfected the modern supercar. Whether you choose the 9911 with its naturally aspirated engine or the 991.2 with the twin-turbo 3-liter, you are getting a tank. The 991 generation has no systemic failure modes, no IMS issues, and the bore scoring epidemic was largely solved by new cylinder coating processes. But the real stars of the 991 show are the GT3 and the Turbo. These models used a descendant of the Mezger engine. Hans Mezger designed this architecture for the Le Mans-winning GT1 race car. It uses a true dry sump oiling system and gear-driven internals. There are documented cases of Mezger-derived engines crossing 200,000 miles on original internals. It is widely considered the most indestructible performance engine ever built. And finally, the number 1 best Porsche you can own, the 991 Type 997.2, built from 2009 to 2012. If the 996 was Porsche's biggest mistake, the 997.2 was their apology letter. They re-engineered the engine from the ground up to create the MA1. They replaced the sealed ball bearing with a plain bearing fed by engine oil pressure, permanently eliminating the IMS problem at a molecular level. The 997.2 was also the first 911 to offer the PDK transmission, which has proven to be incredibly durable over 15 years of real-world use. These cars are the Goldilocks of the 911 world. They have the classic, smaller proportions and hydraulic steering of the older cars, but the bulletproof reliability of the new ones. Well-maintained Carrera S models sell for $55,000 to $90,000, and they are rock-solid assets. The 997.2 is the car Porsche built to reclaim its soul. It will start every morning, it will scream to 7,500 RPM on every back road, and it'll still be worth real money 10 years from now. In the world of high-performance cars, there is no such thing as a cheap Porsche. You either pay the premium up front for a well-engineered 997.2 or a 991, or you pay the discount to a mechanic to fix a 955 Cayenne or a 996. The secret to Porsche ownership isn't finding the lowest price, it's finding the best engineering. If you're shopping for one right now, let us know in the comments which model you're looking at. We respond to every single one to help you stay out of the trap. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the engineering that makes or breaks your favorite cars. We'll see you in the next one.